All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Early Morning Crypto Talk. Bitcoin Brandon here from Los Angeles, California. We guys having a good weekend so far. It is Sunday morning. See who we have on the line. We see Quincy Roll, Lashayna, Tracy Kubish, Sharita Hill, Nicholas, Bethany Gibbs, Elijah Morgan, as a disclaimer, I am not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I read the news, give my opinion, share suggestion, and it is up to you to make an informed, intelligent decision on which direction you want to move into. Good morning, Rohan from the ATL. There are 4 rules I live by in the crypto space to have success. Rule number 1, education is key. Education is everything. Rule number 2, never invest money that you cannot afford to lose. Rule number 3, always get your return on investment back as fast as possible. And rule number 4, where do you see yourself 3 months, 6 months, a year from now? What vehicle are you using to make it happen in? Make a decision, take action, remain focused, and do not get distracted. Now, following these rules is not going to guarantee you success, but it will at least minimize your risk. And that, my friends, is more than you can ask for. So let's get screen share going. All right. Okay, you should be able to see my screen. First, we're going to talk about the G20 summit. Actually, no, I'm not talking about that today, right now, just yet. We're going to talk about the SEC. Started with Floyd Mayweather and DJ Khaled. Back in 2017, when I really got into crypto, ICOs were everywhere. 90% of them were garbage. However, 90% of people who were involved in ICOs made money, whether they were real, garbage, frauds, scams, or whatnot. And I'm not talking about just a little bit of money. I'm talking about a lot of money, 1,000% returns and higher for those that knew what they were doing, pulled out when they were supposed to. But you had a whole bunch of celebrities that all of a sudden were putting their names behind projects. What you didn't know was, did the celebrity even know what was going on? Do they even understand what Bitcoin and blockchain is? Or was it just something cool that they wanted to add on to their portfolio because it's the latest, hippest thing and they're the first to do it? Or they're an influencer who's getting paid to be able to post something in their Twitter feed for their millions of followers. Either way, you had everybody popped up doing stuff. So here you have Floyd Mayweather and DJ Khaled are to pay SEC fines for flogging garbage ICOs. So let's take a look at this article. Floyd Mayweather Jr. and DJ Khaled have agreed to pay disgorgement penalties and interest for failing to disclose promotional payments from 3 ICOs, including Centratech. Mayweather received $100,000 from Centratech, while Khaled got $50,000 from the failed ICO. The SEC cited Khaled and Mayweather's social media feeds, noting they touted securities for pay without disclosing their affiliation with the companies. I mean, that's easy to do. There are people who wouldn't have cared. Go and say, yeah, this company, I'm promoting this ICO, they paid me to do so, but I like it. Mayweather, you'll recall, appeared on Instagram with a whole lot of cash, while Khaled called Centracoin a game changer. He said, spending Bitcoins, Ethereum, and other types of cryptos in Beverly Hills with my titanium Centra card. Joined Centra's ICO on September 19th. That was, he wasn't spending nothing on that card. It wasn't even live. Anyway, can I have one? Thank you in advance. Love you, Floyd. 1-2 punch against the fiat money. Yeah, I can't say that. Speaking Spanish. Anyways. You can call me Floyd Mayweather from now on. Floyd Crypto Mayweather from now on. I remember that, wrote Mayweather. Sadly, the SEC ruled he is no longer allowed to use the nom de jour crypto. Without admitting or denying the findings, Mayweather and Khaled agreed to pay disgorgement penalties and interest. Mayweather agreed to pay $300,000 in disgorgement, a $300,000 penalty, and $14,775 in prejudgment interest. Khaled agreed to pay $50,000 in disgorgement, a $100,000 penalty, and $2,725 in prejudgment interest. In addition, Mayweather agreed not to promote any securities, digital or otherwise, for 3 years. Oh, thank you. I don't want to see Mayweather running around. And Khaled agreed to a similar ban for 2 years. Mayweather also agreed to continue to cooperate with the investigation. These cases highlight the importance of full disclosure to investors, said Stephanie Avakian of the SEC. With no disclosure about the payments, Mayweather and Khaled's ICO promotion may have appeared to be unbiased rather than paid endorsements. The SEC indicted Centratech's founders, Raymond Trapani Sohrab Sharma, and Robert Farkas for fraud. I remember that Centratech thing. All right, here's another issue about the SEC. What their next move is. This is also a reason why you haven't seen me going all out crazy promoting specific crypto stuff on social media outside of education. You only see me talking and moving my mouth mostly about education. So SEC's next move, social media influencers who promoted crypto ICOs. The SEC is actively cracking down on crypto ICO projects, and a top official said earlier this year that dozens of cases are pending. The next wave of enforcement by the SEC, stimulated by its recent settlement with professional boxer Floyd Mayweather and music producer DJ Khaled, is expected to be on social media influencers who have promoted ICOs to the general public. Writers, YouTube celebrities, cryptocurrency review platforms, publications, and many more individuals and organizations could be targeted by the SEC if there's sufficient evidence to prove that an individual or an organization received compensation from ICO organizers to promote a token sale without disclosing the amount received from an ICO project to the target audience. Any celebrity or other individual who promotes a virtual token or coin that is a security must disclose the nature, scope, and amount of compensation received in exchange for the promotion. The SEC said last year, emphasizing that the failure to disclose compensation is considered a fraudulent activity. This should be common sense, just like when you hear commercials. And at the end, they always have this little writing at the bottom that these are paid actors or that it's a real person that's been paid to appear on the radio show. On November 28th, the SEC followed up on its previous statement and said that investors must be aware of celebrities promoting tokens on the blockchain. The commission said investors should be skeptical of investment advice posted to social media platforms and should not make decisions based on celebrity endorsements. I agree 100%. Social media influencers are often paid promoters, not investment professionals. And the securities they're touting, regardless of whether they are issued using traditional certificates or on the blockchain, could be frauds. If a celebrity openly promotes an ICO after receiving a payment to do so, and the ICO is considered a security by the SEC, the individual can be seen as a violator of SEC regulations by the U.S. Securities Regulations by the SEC. Most ICOs are securities. Scratch that. All ICOs are securities. Over the past 7 months, Coinbase, the largest fiat to crypto exchange in the U.S. market, has been working with regulators to list additional digital assets on its platform. In May, Coinbase announced its interest in listing Stellar, Cardano, AUX, Zcash, and Basic Attention Token. Fast forward nearly 7 months, the exchange has only been able to add 3 out of the 5 cryptos it set out to integrate. Coinbase has been cautious in ensuring that a digital asset is not recognized as a security by the SEC. Because in a hypothetical case that an asset listed by an exchange is declared a security by the U.S. government, the exchange could be prosecuted for illicitly distributing unregistered securities. On Tuesday, Hack.com reported that Jay Clayton, the chairman of the SEC, said the commission views most ICOs in the global market as securities. We don't believe Bitcoin is a security. Many of the ICOs that you see and you talk about, they are securities. And if you're going to offer or sell securities, you have to do so in compliance with our laws. We've been clear about that. The recent actions further emphasize that our securities laws to apply to the ICO space. And if people are going to raise money using ICOs, they either have to do so in private placement or register with the SEC. Promoting an ICO recognized as a security without disclosing compensation to the target audience could result in a penalty that is twice larger than the compensation itself, as seen in the case of Floyd Mayweather, who paid over $600,000 for receiving $300,000 to promote 3 ICOs. I wonder how far down they're going to go with this. Even for, you may not be a celebrity, but you might be considered a social media influencer on YouTube. We saw that with BitConnect. Several of the top YouTube promoters in the US were hauled before Congress. All right. And this article here, thought this was interesting. CryptoPowered Football League adds NFL stars Marshawn Lynch and Richard Sherman. Okay. Let's see what the NFL is doing. NFL stars Marshawn Lynch and Richard Sherman have joined the fan-controlled football league, FCFL, a crypto-powered football league, as team owners. Lynch and Sherman will also serve as fan captains for the respective franchises when the FCFL's inaugural season kicks off in June 19th, the company told CCN. Fantasy League football is about to go to a whole nother level. Lynch is currently a running back for the Oakland Raiders, and Sherman is a defensive back for the San Francisco 49ers. Sherman and Lynch won the Super Bowl together in 2013 when they were teammates on the Seattle Seahawks. The FCFL is a blockchain-based real-world sports league where fans make all the decisions. They hire the coaches, draft the players, and call the plays in real time. They also name the teams and design the logos. How's that work? How's that play? It's like a video game? Yeah, okay, you put all that together, so how are you scoring things? I'm going to have to look further into that. 5.2 million ICO canceled. As CCN reported, NFL Hall of Famer and venture capitalist Joe Montana joined the Crypto-Powered League as an investor and chief strategic officer in September 2018. Elishana, that was a name I couldn't remember. Joe Montana. That was my dad's quarterback. Back in December 2017, the FCFL raised $5.2 million from an ICO through Indiegogo, one of the world's largest crowdfunding platforms. In August 2018, Microventures, the broker-dealer that handles Indiegogo's ICO fundraisers, quietly canceled the ICO and refunded the money, citing regulatory concerns. I wonder if in the Bay Area, if that debate still rages, who's a better quarterback, Steve Young or Joe Montana for the 49ers? We know Jerry Rice was the man, period, in his position. I'm gonna have to roll with Steve Young, though. And that might be fighting words in some corners. Like, no, it's Joe Montana. Anyway, it's all right. Back on topic. The fan-controlled football league is hoping to capitalize on the growing mainstream awareness of blockchain and crypto by offering a hybrid experience that combines the passion of live sports with the engagement of video games. Okay, now we're talking. FCFL games will be played in a high-tech production studio equipped with drones, sensors, and wearables, with seating for 1,000 fans. What is it doing?
Is it a real football game? The games will be streamed in real time through Twitch, a live streaming video platform owned by Amazon. Okay, I'm still not getting it. Who's actually playing? You got the fans creating teams, creating logos, hiring coaches. Now they got these drones and stuff. They've got a stadium, 1,000 fans. Who's playing? The team owners and celebrity fan captains of the remaining 6 teams will be announced in the coming weeks. The FCFL said it is also working with a group of private investors who will be participating alongside the fan captains as co-owners of the fan-run teams. The FCFL was founded by serial entrepreneur Sohrab Faroudi, Grant Cohen, and Patrick Dees in collaboration with NFL veteran Ray Austin. Well, I need more info on this. I'm going to have to research this more. Who is actually playing the game, in the game? And it's happening during the summertime, so you can't have NFL players doing it. Interesting nonetheless. All right, so we went through those 3 articles pretty quickly. I want to hit on this one. There was a tweet storm that happened the other day. Joseph Lubin he's the CEO of Consensus and Ethereum, unleashes epic tweet storm on future of blockchain and crypto. I mean, he pulled a Donald Trump, went on a tweet storm. But this guy is of influence, so I'm curious, just what did he say? Why did he say it? He went on a tweet storm. Somebody got his nerve or something. He was out to prove. So let's read a couple of these tweets, see what he's talking about. Ethereum co-founder and founder of Consensus, Joseph Lubin, just dropped the mic on Twitter, outlining the reasons why he believes blockchain is a movement and Ethereum is on top. Oh, well, of course, he's co-founder of Ethereum. Lubin highlights the growing dApp ecosystem along with blockchain-based solutions to a range of different problems facing governments and financial service providers around the world, from Estonia, Dubai, South Africa, Japan, Switzerland, and the Philippines to Chile. According to Lubin, big business and enterprises get it. They're advancing their own private blockchains while decentralized platforms such as Brave and the Civic are growing. He calls the crypto community weird and amazing, while also calling out user interfaces that are getting more beautiful by the day. Here's the uncut look at Lubin's epic tweet storm. Bitcoin is more than a market. It's a movement. Market cap doesn't reflect activity. Decentralized networks are growing. He's right. Blockchains are solving real-world problems. Governments get it. Israel's encrypted messaging system, Estonia's electronic healthcare record trials, Dubai's 2020 initiative, South Africa Reserve Bank's co-quorum trial, Japan's e-voting system. And why isn't the United States using e-voting yet or blockchain voting? Why we got to go through this every 4 years? Enterprises get it. Developing nations are employing blockchain tech to leapfrog outdated financial systems. The Philippines is connecting rural banks via a crypto cash payment system. Chile is using Ethereum to track energy data. Crypto assets are protecting millions against hyper. Blockchain projects are bringing relief to people who need it most. Consensus Impact and Project Bitfrost. Hala Systems early threat detection. Blockchain authenticated food vouchers for Syrian refugees. Ethereum bounties ocean cleanup in Manila. And now we all have the tools to protect our own data. Private, secure, and fast browsing with Brave, Ethereum status mobile dApp browser and wallet, Uport's Me vision of the self-sovereign future, Civic Key authentication solutions, Evernym trusted identity infrastructure. The blockchain ecosystem is interoperable and working together. We have standards that allow us to BIDL, I don't know what that means, BIDL, together and towards, okay, build together and towards common goals. We have tools, so many dev tools. Every day we are coming up with more concrete solutions to the hardest problems around blockchain infrastructure. UI gets friendlier and more beautiful by the day. Mobile is here. You hear that? Mobile is here. Hint, hint. The technology is still so nascent and will mature with every upgrade and obstacle tackled. Scaling solutions are coming. The blockchain space is full of open source heroes. We stand on the shoulders of giants. Satoshi gave us the code. Antonopoulos keeps advocating the case. Vitalik Buterin cares more about the ecosystem than personal fame. And Tyvano gave us a free interface for Ethereum wallets. The crypto community is so weird and amazing. Decentralization is not just technological, it is social. Organizations are evolving. I believe in blockchain technology because of the people behind it. The developers, engineers, and technologists who, okay, so I see that this is not a typo. Is this some new thing like HODL, hashtag HODL, which means hold? This is hashtag BUIDL, BIDL. All right, I don't care how much into crypto I am, you will never hear me say HODL, and I'm definitely not going to be saying BIDL. I just can't do it. The smart contract experts who audit and secure the code, the designers who care deeply about user experience, the marketers who tell the story of Web3. That's you guys. The gamers that play around with dice, kitties, and dApps, the people at legacy institutions who demand their firms innovate, the kids that take the time to create MetaMask.io accounts for their parents, the professors and academics who pioneer advancements in cryptography, the Reddit, Twitter, and social media users, trolls too, that broadcast the message of decentralization. That's you guys. The advocates and enthusiasts who adopt and believe in blockchain. The nameless individuals who transact across the network and prove the protocol's merits every single day. Joseph Lubin says, I still believe. All right, enough tweet storming. Let's get back to work. Okay, what this man has seemed like people he knows or is close to probably running their mouths about because of the current price of Bitcoin and the crypto market space. So he decided to, let me set this straight right now. Shut this down right now. All right, we're still good on time. I'll go ahead and look at another one. Intel, yes, I will do this. It's only an hour old. Intel awarded a patent for an energy efficient Bitcoin mining process. Okay. Bitcoin mining process. Hello, Anissa, I'm sorry. On November 27th, the world's second largest semiconductor chip maker, Intel, was granted a patent for a processing system that mines Bitcoin but utilizes more energy efficient hardware accelerators. According to the patent called the optimized SHA-256 data path, the newly invented high-performance Bitcoin mining process could reduce overall power consumption by 15%. Wow. The Intel Corporation, headquartered in Santa Clara, California, hey, I was just there, is well known for being a competitive chipset manufacturer. I don't remember seeing an Intel booth. I might be wrong. Elijah, Shayna, did you guys ever remember seeing that booth? Intel? I remember IBM all over the place. So the Intel Corporation, headquartered in Santa Monica, California, well known for being a competitive chipset. Yeah. The invention claims to be a more efficient mining processor with hardware accelerators that can narrow overall power consumption compared to today's application-specific integrated circuit ASIC machines. We use ASIC machines. The patent's description is 29 pages long and contains figures which illustrate the processing system. The invention could comprise of various things like a chipset or a portion of a chipset. Oh yeah, I do remember IBM said they've got 1,000 pending patents in blockchain technology. IBM ain't playing. The Intel patent explains that Bitcoin's technology resolves the double spending problem, but further emphasizes that processors today that are mining cryptocurrencies assume enormous amounts of power. Intel says some clusters of SHA engines consume more than 200 watts. The invention claims it will take advantage of a myriad of SHA 256 stages and methods of access processing hashed by utilizing optimized data paths. Intel's competition is Samsung? Samsung? What does Samsung have to do with this? Now you got my attention, got me sitting up. Intel stepping into the Bitcoin mining arena is interesting, but it's not the corporation's first taste of cryptocurrency solutions. At the Money 2020 event in 2016, BitPay announced that Copay wallet users would get hardware-level security with Intel's software guard extension. A year later, the digital currency hardware wallet manufacturer Ledger revealed it had partnered with the multinational tech firm, and Ledger explained at the same time that the organization's operating system, Bolos, would be tied to the software guard extension. The company's latest patent, however, seems to focus more on what Intel is best at, which is creating high-performance semiconductor chips. At the moment, Intel is the second highest valued semiconductor manufacturer in the world, with Samsung sitting on the throne. Samsung has already started producing commercial-grade ASIC chips for certain Bitcoin-based mining businesses and has led on Intel so far. The Bitcoin mining process developed by Intel shows the corporation definitely wants in on this innovative and growing industry of SHA engines. Oh man, I wish I could say something right now. Mike, I'll leave that alone for Mike. 2019 is going to be lovely, that's all I can say. All right, we'll do one more article since we're still good on some time. G20 summit that just took place. Of course, you know, they're going to talk about crypto. Last year, they came up and it basically said, we don't have a consensus with all of us on how we're going to regulate this worldwide. They basically kicked the can down the curb. Hello, Brenda. So here we are a year later. Now, what's the G20 talking about? We will regulate cryptocurrencies in line with FATF standards, okay? G20 countries have agreed to regulate cryptocurrencies in line with Financial Action Task Force standards at the second session of the summit held in Buenos Aires, Argentina. On Saturday, a joint declaration was officially signed by all G20 nations. The document acknowledges that necessary reform is required given the blistering pace of the digitalization of the global economy. In relation to cryptocurrencies or crypto assets, as they are referred to in the document, the G20 has agreed to a regulatory approach in line with the FATF standards. Section 25 of the official declaration reads, We will regulate crypto assets for anti-money laundering and countering the financing of terrorism in line with FATF standards, and we will consider other responses as needed. Oh, they are so freaking far behind. It has already been proven that less than 0.5% of all crypto transactions has to do with money laundering and counterfeiting and terrorism. Less than 0.5%. Now that still comes up to about 2 billion a year, but that's nothing compared to the percentage that's being used in fiat currency for money laundering, terrorism, and counterfeiting. They're years behind on this. They're focusing on the wrong freaking thing. In addition, the countries will work together and monitor the digitization of the global economy that's happening at a rapid pace. An excerpt from Section 26 reads, "We will continue to work together to seek a consensus-based solution to address the impacts of the digitization of the economy and the international tax system, with an update in 2019 and a final report in 2020. So they're still 2 years out. Bitcoiners reported last week that the U.S. has taken the first ever action against 2 Iranian ransomware facilitators. The U.S. Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets published 2 Bitcoin wallet addresses, warning the cryptocurrency and financial communities that anyone transacting with the accused could be subject to secondary sanctions. However, it's still doubtful that these measures will be successful in preventing Bitcoin and cryptocurrency transactions at the protocol level. In fact, Bitcoin was intentionally designed to be censorship resistant, borderless, and politically neutral form of money. The G20 India target urges combat. Is this still part of it? Yeah, okay. G20 India urges to combat fugitive economic offenders. Fugitive economic offenders. India appears to have spearheaded the initiative Friday, presenting a 9-point list urging the G20 countries to combat fugitive economic offenders, which also includes crypto assets such as Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. The agenda was presented by Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who called for the FATF to assign priority and establish international cooperation. This would ensure that member countries work closely and respective financial intelligence units share information required to track down offenders. FATF should be tasked to formulate a standard definition of fugitive economic offenders. So if you do something crazy in America or India and you want to run over to Argentina or Thailand, you think you're free, you can get extradited. Says FATF should also develop a set of commonly agreed and standardized procedures related to identification, extradition, and judicial proceedings for dealing with fugitive economic offenders to provide guidance and assistance to G20 countries, subject to their domestic law. The agenda read, the task force is an intergovernmental body established in 1989 by the ministers of its member jurisdictions. The objectives of the task force are to set standards and promote effective implementation of legal, regulatory, and operational measures for combating money laundering, terrorist financing, and other related threats to the integrity of the international financial system. The task force is, therefore, a policy-making body. I don't like that. That means they could change the rules on the fly, which works to generate the necessary political will to bring about national legislative and regulatory reforms in these areas. Earlier in July, Bitcoiners reported on the first session held in Buenos Aires, where the member states stopped short of establishing a regulatory framework. Nevertheless, the G20 did concede that crypto assets can deliver significant benefits and do not pose a risk of global financial stability. Or do they mean instability? However, the members agreed to monitor their progress and develop a comprehensive regulatory approach in the near future, citing concerns with tax evasion and money laundering. Crypto assets do, however, raise issues with respect to consumer and investor protection. If you want to protect us, fix the fiat system. Market integrity, tax evasion, money laundering, and terrorist financing. The crypto asset lacks the key attributes of sovereign currencies. While crypto assets do not at this point pose a global financial stability risk, we remain vigilant. So at least that's the case. They still don't see crypto as a risk yet. They should, but they don't understand it. All right, you know what? We have not done. We didn't look at the markets today. Let's take a look. Market cap, 134 billion, so it's come down a little bit. See, Bitcoin dominance at 53.6%. So some of those losses came from Bitcoin because it was at 53.9%. Yep, so I see the market starting to red a little bit. 2.92% negative last 24 hours. Bitcoin price is 4,139. It was at 4,200 yesterday. Let's see, no double digits in any direction. Bitcoin SV is the only one that's positive green. Why? Why are they up 5%? Bitcoin Cash is down negative 2%. But Bitcoin SV is now above 100 again. Why? Let's look at the worst or the best performers. Free coin is up 102.9%. That one came out of nowhere. Look at this price though. 0.000015. That looks like a pump and dump to me. I wouldn't touch it. DEX is up 41%. Whoa, had a steep dive and then it climbed again. Mobile Gold, 19%. Let's see any significant coins, not just Bitcoin SV. Ethereum Classic is up almost 4%. All right, market looks pretty flat this morning. We'll see where it happens by this afternoon or tonight. I should be back for late night crypto talk tonight, depending on the news. I know there's two things I'm going to be doing in the private members only group of our KGX paid community. One is I'll go over the next lesson, like we did Bitcoin 101, Introduction to Bitcoin and Cryptocurrencies. We're going to talk about the blockchain. That will be next. I don't know the date yet. And another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a special training on certain tidbits when it comes to actually trading on an exchange. If you want to be a day trader, take your own money, and how to trade. I'm going to give you a little tip, especially if you don't know what you're doing, by looking at the buy orders and the sell orders that's currently out there right now. Let me see if I see anything that stands out. Yep, that dude's still playing this game. 40 Bitcoin, $167,000 worth. He's got the sell order at 4,184 or at 4,181. Let's see the sell. Last price 41.44. 41.41 or 81 if he's going to sell it at. Buy orders. Let's see if he's playing over here too. I think it's a bot, by the way. Yep, there it is. Buying at 41.10. 41.10 is when he's going to buy. Last price is 41.44. And he's selling at 41.81. That's a good little profit, probably a couple $1,000. This dude's making thousands of dollars a day. But it looks like to me, it looks like it might be a private bot that's doing this. But everybody else is reacting to it. Here's another one. 32 Bitcoin, $132,000 being moved. Do I see them playing the game over here? No, I don't, unless it's broken up. Anyways, I'm going to do a special training on this sometime this week. And thank you, Bethany. Make sure if you like what you're seeing, you hit that thumbs up button. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I will see you later on tonight if there's some major news for late night crypto talk. Bitcoin Brandon out. God bless. Bye-bye.